I think we're also in a false place now, and beginning to come out of that. So we've gone from the very best of times, from the very worst of times, where, you know, in some ways for solicitors, all the transactions were front-loaded into that 2005 to 2009 period. We're a couple of steps into the recovery. And I think that the recovery for Irish law firms in terms of volumes will continue as the next 12 months goes on. So I think we're going to see a pickup in transactions. My advice to you there is you've got to ring fence your outside investments and not damage your law firms. I see too many people just making short-term cash decisions with their law firm and damaging the fabric of their business. Conveyancing has shrunk to about a sixth of what it was. Litigation is a touch better, and probate is much the same. And in 2014, by then I see the conveyancing block being up three times the volumes of what it was. I see litigation probably being a little bit tighter. Turnover is going to be about 35% off the boom, but I think your running expenses are going to be considerably down as well. The opportunities really lie at the moment in the litigation area. So commercial litigation, but make sure you get paid. Corporate restructuring, insolvency, debt collection, employment law, and there's certainly plenty of work around estate planning, wealth management. I think that's a big one that, you know, the profession needs to reorientate itself into. Tax planning around succession planning. Big opportunity being lost there to the accountants who really don't regard it as one of their kind of must-have practice areas. So I'm optimistic for the place that we'll be in next spring. I think you're going to see an awful lot more conveyancing next spring as those sort of factors feed through. There's a lot of firms merging. There should be more. It's logical. The business size that we are, it makes it very, very difficult to make a living, certainly as a sole practitioner. And I'm going to address that issue later on. So maybe you should look to buy. Maybe one of these 75 to 100 firms that's getting out is for you. And it's a really cheap way of upping your volumes. You simply slide over some of these live files and their contact base for virtually nothing. Your existing clients are your biggest source of business. Most of you have to bring your costs down a bit further, I'm afraid. Your running costs in most firms are still too high. We're in an environment where we get paid less for what we do, and we run our offices a little bit better. That means less running costs and having appropriate technology such as case management, accounting, time recording, and all the other suite of products that people like Keyhouse provide very, very well to the market. So it's really a matter of concentrating on the litigation areas, on the probate, the conveyancing that's coming back, and crime, and you know, maybe regulatory if you can do that type of work. You need to have appropriate technology, systems and precedents, and I know Keyhouse have an offer for new firms. You've an offer still for new firms, have you? And for sole practitioners. And there are also options there to pay per month, and they're actually very, very attractive. They're getting you to the market leader in terms of technology at a very low entry price. I mean that. I'm a big fan of the suite of software that Keyhouse offer, and have been since the day I set up. Think about it. Overhead sharing, where you have two or three practitioners sharing facilities under the one roof. Things are looking up. The meltdown is over. We're in slow recovery at the moment, and I think volumes will increase probably quite dramatically or significantly next spring.